Welcome back, everyone, to another episode of the Popcorn Podcast. I'm Tommy Cresta, alongside me, my co-host Ryan Fran. Today, we're here to talk about the first two episodes of HBO's new series, Lanterns, starring the amazing Aaron Pierre and Kyle Chandler. But before we get too far into the episode, make sure to follow us on all of our social media platforms. And yeah, Ryan, how are you? How you doing? It's been a couple of days since we've chatted.
Yeah, it's been a while, dude. I'll tell you one thing that I did. Not only did I beat, but I platinumed Subnautica Below Zero. So, if you remember my recommendation from last week, it was pretty good. It's pretty good. Enjoyed myself. Now I got to get on Subnautica too. But yeah, not too bad. How about yourself, Tommy?
Good. I actually had a really cool weekend. So Sam had to go get her fingerprints done because she's getting ready to do her PA school traveling clinicals. And some reason only Philadelphia ones have to get their fingerprints done if they're traveling from Pecan, Georgia. So she had to. So there's nowhere to get your fingerprints done in Georgia that will send them to Philly. So we had to go to Ottawa, Tennessee, to go get her fingerprints done. So while we were there, we decided to make like a little weekend out of it. So we decided to go into Chattanooga, which was like 20 minutes away. And then Sam surprised me. I thought we were going to dinner. And Sam was like, she got me literally on the pier. I thought we were going to dinner. She's like, we're not actually going to dinner. We're going to go into a Chattanooga Lookouts game.
Oh.
So and we were row 4 behind the catcher.
That's awesome.
It was awesome. And cool fact, everyone, me and Ryan played on a Chattanooga Lookouts baseball team. If Ryan remembers this. Yes. When that team with like Luke Sprague, that team that we were just beating the shit out of everyone with, that was the Chattanooga
we were the Bulls.
Lookouts. No, we were the Lookouts. We had the 2 eyes on our hats.
Hold on. Might have been. I don't remember. I don't think I was on that team. I know we were on the Durham Bulls. I still have that jersey. I'll whip that bitch out right now.
I was not on the Durham Bulls.
Dude, 100% you were. I was not.
I'm telling you, I was the Lookouts all 3 years.
Dude, I do not remember these jerseys.
Well, they changed the. Well, another cool thing yesterday was Grateful Dead night. So they cool Grateful Dead mixed with the Lookouts. So the shirt I was wearing before we changed into our football jerseys for this episode, I was wearing the Lookouts, like, it's the Lookouts color scheme with the bear from the Grateful Dead as the main bear. It was pretty cool.
That's cool.
Well, it was awesome. They had, like, a pitch throwing thing. It was so much fun. Me and Sam had a blast. And then yesterday, we went and saw John Batiste with the Atlanta Orchestra at an amphitheater in Atlanta, which was, no joke, one of the greatest concerts I've ever attended in my life. John Batiste is so talented. But that was a lot of fun. So I had a pretty busy weekend. And then today, Sam's family gets down. Sam's mom, sister, and aunt. So they're here till Friday. So you guys overlap at one for 2 days. Okay.
Should we get just blacked out with Sam's family?
So they're going to be in a hotel. They're not staying here. You guys are staying here. I have So thank God for Sam moving in. I have plenty of blankets and pillows now for you guys. And we got you guys an air mattress. Perfect.
All right. I mean, it's still going to be a refugee camp over there, but it'll be fun.
Remember, now we have a sleeping bag, a queen size blow up, and a couch.
I got a sleeping bag too, so I'm good there.
Yes, so you guys got place. I got plenty of pillows for y'all. But yeah, we have a fun weekend planned. I'm going to try and make you guys do a TikTok live stream so we can talk about Insidious. But we also, I went out on a limb and I bought an Xbox 360. Everyone bought some cool games from 2010. But enough of that. I'm talking about our actual lives. No one cares to hear about that. They're here to listen to us talk about Lanterns, the new HBO series. We got the first 2 episodes. Well, we got the first 2 episodes. We're not trying to do weekly anymore. We're trying to move into 2 episodes an episode. We got Pilot and Trustfall. And I really enjoyed the episodes. Ryan, I know that you enjoyed them as well. James Halls did the directing for these ones. And yeah, they kind of put together a super team for this project. I mean, just the writers for the first 2 episodes. Chris Mundy, who's done Ozark, True Detectives, Criminal Minds. Damon Lindelof, The Leftovers, Watchmen, Prometheus, and World War Z. Tom King, one of the greatest comic book writers of all time. He's a multi-time Eisner winner. Then we had Chris Mundy write episode 2, along with Vanessa Kelly, who did Animal Kingdom and Sex Life for College Girls. So they brought together the HBO Hall of Fame of writers to work on this series. And it works so well right off the bat for me. But Ryan, what did you think about the episodes?
No, I totally agree with you. I think both of these episodes were really, really good. I don't think either of them blew me away to say, but it's the first 2 episodes of the show, and to start off as strong as they did means that hopefully the rest of this, if the rest of the season stays at this pace and this level of quality, we have a very good show on our hands. So I'm very excited to see the rest of this, how it plays out.
So I just want to say, I have called 2 of the castings of the DCU. I said Aaron Pierre after I watched Rebel Ridge for Jonathan Stewart.
Mm-hmm. You did.
And I said Millie Alcock for Supergirl. So I just want to throw that out there. Maybe I can call Batman next. I feel like if I can call Batman, then I'm batting 1,000. But
well, who do you think?
I'm between a couple of guys. I still like Brendan Skellner. I think he's got the look for like Bruce Wayne stuff. Alan Richardson watching Reacher right now. I mean, it would look really cool with him in the bat suit.
It would.
It would. But then a sleeper pick of mine is Jake Gyllenhaal for Batman. I don't know if he'll sign up for this because it seems like they're going for a lot younger of the universe. But
well, I don't know. I don't know about Batman because they're starting with Brave and the Bold.
Oh yeah, so he does already have. I mean, he has went through a couple Robins.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe Gyllenhaal could do it.
Yeah, I could see that.
Or we just bring Robert Pattinson in, which I know I was so against, but at the same time, I'm not totally against it.
No, and especially that clip. There was a behind the scenes clip of just the Batmobile driving around that went out there, and I sent it to you and Connor. And
oh, with the cop shooting at him?
I can't wait. Yeah, everybody just lighting up the Batmobile. I was
Fuck,
like, God damn it. I'm hyped again. You got me back. Yeah, and especially all the additions they got. I just off the top of my head, I'm remembering what's his name? Oh, just Sebastian Stan is probably Harvey Dent, but that's gonna be fantastic.
Scarlett Johansson, Ryan Tyree Henry.
Yeah, dude.
Oh,
it's gonna be
HBO's gonna go on a little bit of a run right now because then they got the Pitt season 3 comes out in January.
Yeah, I got to get back into season 2.
You haven't finished it?
No, I watched like 2 episodes and then a bunch of other stuff started coming out and I just haven't picked it back up.
The Pitt is. Hey, if you guys haven't watched The Pitt because you think it's like Grey's Anatomy or something, watch it. It's so good. No. It's in my opinion, it's the best show on television. Yeah, I think it's the best show on television.
It's definitely up there for sure. Yeah,
but
I wouldn't disagree.
Let's get into Green Lantern. So, episode 1, it shoots us right into what year is it when they introduce us to Hal? It's like
it's 96.
Right? Oh, it's 96. Oh wow.
Well, Hal Jordan. No. Hal Jordan gets the ring in 86, and then it's John Stewart as a kid in 96.
Yeah, that's the scene I'm talking about. Him in 96 as a kid. Mm-hmm. We get to see a quick look into Hal's childhood. His dad was crazy, to say the least. He wanted to discipline and teach his son courage, John, by shooting apples off his head. And there's other bullet holes on the siding, so you know this wasn't a one-time thing. But there's something about it that just works right off the bat, getting you into this world. And I like how they're doing the 10 years, 86, 96, 2016. So I'm assuming we'll see something in 2006 as well.
2026.
2026, thank you.
Well, that was the recording. Yeah, the recording was from 2006 when he comes out of the ring in the first episode.
Oh, okay. That was 2006?
Because he said, I recorded this 10 years ago. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So there's something going on with every 10 years something happens. Because he got the ring, Hal Jordan got the ring in 86, and then, he's on the news and Jon Stewart's watching him in 96. And then 2006, he makes that recording where he says, there's hail in Nebraska.
Yeah.
And then 2016, there's aliens in Nebraska. And then 2026, we'll wait to see what happens then.
Yeah. We all know something.
So it's,
if you haven't, first off, we should, I'm just going to say this right now. If you guys haven't watched the show, go and watch the show because it's going to be very hard to talk about certain parts of the show without spoiling what happened.
Yeah.
So if you haven't watched it, I'm happy that you guys clicked on this. But go watch the episodes and then come back and watch the rest of our review of this episode.
Yes. Spoiler alert. We're going to spoil it right away. So when
I'm
Thanos
not going to get caught lacking again.
It was just...
Dude, that clip was so funny of me just spoiling No Way Home. I just didn't even think about it. But I'm not going to do it.
A Brand New Day. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, Brand New Day, I meant. But yeah, I know a lot of people online are having a bit of an issue with Hal dying. I have no problem with it.
I don't have a problem with it, but it did make me sad. And that's
it made me sad, but I think that was the point.
Yeah, no, I think definitely. I'm happy that they're just saying like Hal Jordan existed. He's been around since the '80s. He was Lantern for 40 years, but now it's John Stewart. Like we're moving forward, and I do like that. I appreciate that, but it made me sad. Not just like because I mean it was one episode. We don't know the guy. We didn't really grow a connection with him. It didn't make me sad for the character. It made me sad for the universe because I was like, man, I wanted to see some Hal Jordan. Like I wanted to, it would have been cool. And then it made me think about Batman. And knowing that they're starting with Brave and the Bold, I'm like, we're not going to get any Robins but Damian. And then I was like, we're not going to get Death in the Family. We're not going to get Dick Grayson.
No,
I
think we will get all those things. I think they're just starting with Brave and the Bold so we don't have to go down the same path of Batman.
Yeah.
I
agree.
Yeah. Because we know the Bat Family is out there. They confirmed that the Bat Family will already be situated and everything.
Yeah. And if you believe what some people think from episode 1, Barbara Gordon might already be out there. Well, as a kid, because it's still 2016, but older now, because she says she's from Gotham in episode 2, and in episode 1, she's on the phone with somebody, and she says, say goodnight to Barb. She could be talking to Gordon.
It's got to be who it is.
That'd be pretty sick.
There was a lot of world building in the DCU in this episode, in these first 2 episodes. I mean, they talk about Manhunters. I didn't think we were going to get anything about Manhunters anytime soon in this universe.
Yeah. No, it's pretty aggressive, I think, to go with Manhunters right away. I'm not super well, rounded on Green Lantern stuff, but I've been doing my due diligence trying to learn more about them. And as I've learned, I'm like, Jesus Christ, they're starting with these guys? That's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I do love how, with Superman and Supergirl and all the stuff that we've gotten so far, I like how lived in this universe is. Even if we are going to miss out on some stuff, like I was saying earlier, with certain Batman things, and we're not going to get as much. We're going to get a season of Hal Jordan. So I would have liked to see a little bit more, but I also appreciate that they're just saying, hey, this world's been going on for a little bit. We're just dropping you in there. Because I'm one of the people who I have no problem not seeing Tom Holland's Spider-Man's origin story. I don't care we didn't see Uncle Ben. I don't care we didn't see him get bit by the spider. We've seen it twice. We know Peter Parker. We know Spider-Man's origin story. And I think same thing with Batman. We've seen it multiple times. We know his parents died. Everybody knows Bruce Wayne's parents got killed. We don't need to see that again. Same with Superman. Just say he's been Superman for 3 years. Here we go. Movie starts. That's all you got to do. I don't need to see it over and over again. So I do like how lived in this world feels. And especially going back to Superman, you get in the Justice Society's I forget what it's called. Their headquarters. You have all the paintings on the ceilings of the old Golden Age heroes. Just all that stuff to say this is not new. Because with the MCU, it was you had Captain America in the 40s, and then Captain Marvel in the 80s, but it really started with Iron Man in 2008, and then it was oh yeah, now they're superheroes. But in this world, there's always been superheroes. We're just starting the story now. And I think that's cool.
Yeah, 300 years ago, right? Is what it says in Superman was the first introduction.
Yeah, I think metahumans started popping up.
Yeah.
Something like
that.
So
I agree. I think that's a great way to do it. And I am loving I feel like this is where we're getting into what they talked about with James Gunn when he gave that whole speech about there's different feelings to each movie. Supergirl felt very similar to Superman. This felt way different, but also at the same time made sense in the same world. It didn't feel like it had to be some different universe. It felt like it's still the DCU, but the tone of the story is darker. It's much more grounded with these extra worldly heroes that we're getting in it. And I love that even in 2016, what was his name? McCone, Will McCone. I love that in 2016, he starts talking about other heroes, aliens that are stronger that's coming to my world, coming to our place and colonizing, which of course, when you look at that, you're oh, Superman is that to him, and Superman hasn't showed up yet in this world yet. So I think it's cool that we're getting all these different stories. We're hearing about Gotham. We haven't seen it yet, but we're hearing about it. Manhunters with Sinestro. We got the Lanterns. There's so much going on. And I think they're doing in first 2 episodes, I felt the story and I got super, we're both superhero nerds. So we both like to see superheroes, but this was, I was giddy at the end of episode 2 when he put on the suit and then went and saw Sinestro. I was in. I was like, you got me. You only needed one line out of Sinestro, and it really set up the rest of the season. I'm happy, even though they killed off Hal. I'm happy we still get a full season with Hal because we're still going to find all 2016 is going to be important.
Yeah, totally. And I this whole time, all the marketing stuff, and not the marketing specifically, but people kept saying this is going to be a True Detective style show. And whenever they say things like that, I'm like, you know, they're going to try, but it's not going to feel the same. But as soon as they started jumping around in time, where it is 2016 for the majority of the story, but they jump ahead to 2026, and Hal Jordan's just dead, and I really thought, like, damn, they are really going to go for that style of, like,
it feels
the main story's in the past. Yeah, the story is in the past, but there's not going to be a resolution for another 10 years, which just, like, it has my brain spinning for, like, what the hell is going to happen and what's going to go wrong, that they don't figure something out, that this doesn't stop until a decade later, if it even does stop then, you know? It's going to be a really fun show to keep up and watch with and kind of theorize throughout.
Yeah, and we know Guy Gardner's at some point. They said they're gonna explain how Guy Gardner
got the ring.
Yeah, got the ring and became a Lantern. So we're gonna see more of the Lantern's core, which is super exciting. And when Hal he says it very quickly because he's that old, kind of like so sick of it, kind of like cop guy in a buddy cop movie. He puts his ring to it and gives the Green Lantern speech. That got me so excited. He didn't really care to say it, but I know it's going to be great when we finally hear John Stewart get to say it, who is one of my favorite characters. For those who don't know, him and Martian Manhunter are literally two of my top 7 superheroes in both Marvel and DC. So to finally see John Stewart is very exciting to me. And
cool.
Funny enough, we wore our football jerseys today, but I am wearing green, supporting my boys.
We're wearing green.
Yeah. Ryan's wearing a steroid-ridden tight end.
Whoa!
Oh no! You're wearing Victor Cruz.
This is Victor Cruz. Yeah,
I thought you were wearing Shockey. I don't
fit in that Shockey jersey anymore. I was 8 when I got that. It's my first jersey.
Yeah, this. Shout out to Garrett Dillahunt as playing William McCone. When they announced him, I didn't know how comfortable I felt of him being in this True Detective story. Mm. He is fully he's on right now acting wise. He's playing this Midwestern cowboy very well. Yeah. When I thought he was going to be very comedic, but I'm enjoying him. And I think I don't think he's a Martian Manhunter, but you never know. He could be, because William McCone's not a character in the DC universe.
Yeah. What people are pointing out, that he has this boss who he can't talk about. He signed all these NDAs, and he's just this, affluent benefactor who's just make sure if any aliens show up, you kill them. People brought up that very specifically in Superman, it's not called LexCorp, it's called Luthor Corp. So I forget the name of Lex Luthor's dad, but if he shows up, he is that benefactor who's been paying this guy. That could be a really cool world building thing to show that, it gives some more context to why Lex Luthor hated Superman so much. His dad started him on this path of aliens are going to take over. They're these terrifying creatures. And I also think it gives more context to how the regular people reacted when in Superman that audio came out of what, his parents sent him to do, to conquer Earth. And everybody immediately turns on Superman, which, rightfully so. But if that's something that has been, ingrained in human society for decades, then it makes a lot more sense how they turned on him so quickly, because this is them finally realizing oh shit, people were right the whole time. These aliens are here to take over and colonize us. So I think that's it's just like you said, just world building, very, it makes sense within the story. It's very well written. I think it's been very, very good so far. But I am interested to see who is paying him and what happens, because we see in the end of episode 1 when John Stewart's driving back through into town, that's the ranch that he looks at. That's just destroyed. Decimated. So shit's gonna go down.
Yeah, I do gotta say, seeing John with the goatee, I can't wait to see this man in the suit with the goatee. Oh my god. Yeah. He looks. Aaron Pierre looks so good when you put him side by side with Justice League Unlimited. Hal Jordan, Jonathan Stewart. Sorry, I'm very excited. Looks wise, everything is fitting for me. Kyle Chandler, such an underappreciated actor most of the time. He is so good as Hal, and he's great at playing this version that they're doing with Hal. And a scene that I hope more people are talking about, because I've been trying not to pay attention to social media stuff for it. The interrogation scene with the alien, Waylon, was one of my favorite scenes in the 2 episodes.
Yeah, it was very good. Yeah.
And I love just how smart, because Hal's been doing this for so long, being this detective, and just figuring out, because the guy knows everything about football, doesn't know anything about the rest of the world or anything else about it. And I just thought it was such a well done scene. And seeing the ring and like how the power depletes if you don't have the lantern and stuff like, and seeing which we talk about in Superman, is the pocket universe. Like, we're seeing them, and it's not like a one-off just Superman. We're seeing it in other things because everyone uses them.
Yeah, it's like a normal thing.
Yeah, so they're doing a great job, and I'm very excited. This is probably the most excited I've been to watch another episode of a TV show in a while.
Yeah, I think Aaron Pierre is doing great, and looks wise, like even just the fact that he has green eyes is just like, it's such a cosmic. Just this guy was made to play Jon Stewart. It's just perfect. But I do think Kyle Chandler has been awesome as Hal Jordan. Just that kind of grizzled, just like you've said multiple times. He very clearly still cares about the lanterns. He's kind of done with it, but he still respects the ring. Like whenever anybody says something bad, he's like, "Don't fucking say that." You know what I mean? Like, he still has reverence for what he is as a Green Lantern. But I do love how he's so over it. He knows to just like your fucking phone or something, it starts dying and you're like, fucking work. You just pound it against the car. It was great. But
it's like 5% charge.
Yeah. I did see Josh Brolin almost got the role as Hal Jordan.
Oh, I would not have
I like Josh. Yeah. I like Josh Brolin a lot. I think he's a great actor. But Michael Chandler has been perfect. Perfect as Hal Jordan.
What's his name?
Kyle Chandler. Michael Chandler.
There you go. Michael Chandler.
God damn it.
But yeah, this story is super intriguing, and they're making it feel so like there's such weird things going on. When Hal gets shot and he's at the hospital, and the hospital is just empty. Like, something just feels off.
Yeah. And that made me distrust the Sheriff Kane more, because I thought she was like one of the people who, I mean, I really think this town is mostly aliens at this point. Just from everybody being, but I thought maybe she was like the one person, because she has the backstory. She came in from Gotham and she was on the phone, and if the Barbara Gordon stuff is real, then that's even more so. But then when she's so dismissive of just like small town, new hospital, like, get the fuck out of here. Come on now.
You got farmers and stuff. No one's getting hurt doing anything.
Yeah, and especially with all the subtle things of, Hal Jordan coming in and kind of knowing what to do with the aliens and that side of the investigation, and everything that he's done seems very smart, and he's like making waves and getting further in this investigation. But she already knows what's going on. She just does, and she's married to the one guy in the fucking
the
family,
son.
and she clearly doesn't like the family. Like, there's something going on there where it seems like she may have been like forced to marry that guy or something. I don't know. There's a lot going on. I can't wait to see it.
Yeah, but William McCone is such an interesting character right now, and I as soon as they kept saying his, I was like, I don't think that's a DC. Like, I was like, I would know his name, I feel like, and I like looked up. It's like, no, he's created just for lanterns, which makes me fall into that side of like, he's got to be something more important, or maybe it's just a one-off, and they're just showing you how humanity's reacting to the aliens and stuff like that. But how did he get the high tech? And I know he got it from whoever the benefactor was. But like, you're in Nebraska, like, why is it so important to you?
Yeah, that is one of the things I love about this show, is that like, out of all the major cities, Gotham, Metropolis, Central City, Coastal City, this shit's just happening in Nebraska, just the middle of nowhere, small town. Like, it just fits that alien, UFO kind of story so well.
The fight scene in the car was good. Sorry, I cut you off.
No. Yeah, that was good.
Yeah, and but you finish your thing, and then we'll get into like the sequence following the car.
No, I was just saying that's one thing I like about Marvel more than DC, is that they use real cities. Everything's in New York, or DC's like, no, we're making our own thing. Except for Shazam, who's just in Philly for some reason.
Which is so good, though. It's so fun that he's just in Philly.
It is funny. Yeah. But every hero gets their own city.
I like it, though. I feel like because it builds... Because as a kid, you read about these other cities. And first off, New York must suck to live in if you live in the Marvel universe.
That is, it's the one negative about not having these like made up. I mean, Marvel's got plenty of made up places, but like having it be in real cities is like every hero is in New York or they're just not doing anything. It's like, dude, why would anybody live in New York?
Yeah.
Well, it's got to be
insurance
war
needs
zone.
To be triple what you make a year.
Yeah, like rent's expensive now in New York City. It'd be like $1 billion for a fucking studio apartment just from.
It might actually be cheaper to get an apartment, but then your apartment insurance is $1 million a year.
Yeah.
But yeah, then we see why the aliens are there, and they give us this great explanation with Aaron Pierre, with John held up. He's just listening to who is it again that gives him. Dude's a famous actor.
Yeah, I forget his name.
Yeah, he's not on the cast list. Atlin, I think his name is. But he explains to John that he's like, hey, he's like, there's a manhunter, we believe, on these lands, and we're just trying to find him because of how dangerous and what they've done to our civilization. And I really enjoy when they inject him with like the pain memory, pretty much.
Yeah.
I like that we don't see what it is. He's just, we're going off of his visceral reaction to what's going on. And that scene was really good. And as soon as they said Manhunter, I was like, holy shit, like they're going to go for it in this first. Like, this is their introduction to Lanners. We're going to go for it. We're going to throw you right into their story. And I give them a lot of credit because that is a big, I mean, they took the big swing to how to end episode 1. And to do the Manhunters, this is a giant swing for HBO and for the DCU to take right off the road. And I mean, you have the team surrounding them to do it. Did I take a picture? I took a picture of the writer's room, but I don't know if I took it. Did I take it on my phone? Yeah. So these are the directors we have for this season. James Hawes, Patel, Alika Sharikov, and Stephen Williams. And then writers was Chris Mundy and Tom King. Chris Mundy's doing 7 episodes of the series.
Yeah, that's good.
And having Tom King work on 6 of them is... I mean, you literally have 2. Tom King, one of the greatest comic book writers, for those who don't know, he famously worked on Woman of Tomorrow. He worked on Batman, Miracle Man. He's done so many great stories. So to have him then join this actual TV series with people that have worked on The Holdovers, so many HBO series, I mean, they are going for it with this Hall of Fame team surrounding it. And it's
the Leftovers, not the Holdovers. But
thank you,
movie.
The Leftovers. Sorry,
great movie, Holdovers.
Great movie. Then at the end of that conversation, they tell John that he has 48 hours to find this manhunter and not to tell how, because they believe that the Guardians had something to do with protecting him. Mm-hmm. And I really give them credit because I thought they were going to play with the idea, which is so overused, of like, so they have this like conflicting feelings towards one another, Hal and John. And I thought they were going to play with the idea of John being like, no, I'm not going to tell him. I'm going to go off and do it by myself. But he does. He takes that. You see him take that brief moment to be like, okay, I'm mad at him, and they told me not to. But he's been teaching me how to be a lantern. And he goes to him and tells him what's going on. I really appreciate the writers going in that direction instead of following the normal trajectory of these kind of shows where they're just going to go off and do their own thing. And yet Hal goes and deals with himself, but that's because he is a lantern and he can. So I have no problem with him going to see Sinestro at the end.
Yeah, I thought it was cool. I mean, seeing Sinestro was cool. It was very, very cool. And also, again, the world building of he's already fought and defeated Sinestro. I think it just works. And especially to have that, it's always cool when you have those villains who become like the guy who just knows things. And you got to talk to him, but he's still going to be a villain, not just give it to you. It's very good. I love at the end of episode 2 when he's like, it's the second biggest problem you have. Tell me about Jon Stewart. Dude, fuck, it's so good. This is like, how does Sinestro know about Jon Stewart? You know, there's the mystery there. Oh,
and they're going practical with Sinestro, which I give them a lot of credit for.
I was great. I mean, it's not that guy. You just get a purple dude with a mustache. It's not that hard to find.
Yeah, you know? Ulrich Thompson, I don't know how many people who listen to our show watch Banshee, but he's the main villain of Banshee, which, if you haven't watched Banshee, I highly recommend. Love that show. Anthony Starr. He's great in that. So I remember they announced him as that, and I remember talking about on the show then. But to see him, even that little snippet that we got in episode 2, plus in the trailer, he gives that we see in the trailer the speech where he's like, He's like, you know what John actually is. He's like, say it. He's like, tell me what he had. He's like, he's not your partner. He's like my replacement, which I think is going to be such a great scene when we finally do see it on actually play out. But it seems like next episode might be more of a backstory episode. It's a lot of young Jon Stewart, which I have no problem with because we got a lot happening in the first 2 episodes. And I want to see more of what John makes him come to the Lanterns and what makes him get picked for this. So I'm very, very much, they got me hooked. And you'll be here when we watch episode 3.
Yeah, for sure. I got to get Connor and Puff to watch it too because
they got to
suck to just have them start episode 3. But do you think Jon Stewart's dad has anything to do with him becoming a Lantern? Because I do.
I think that being with the government and being a soldier, I think there is an avenue of taking it as like he was like, I know I can make my son the perfect candidate to be a Lantern. So I think it will be something like that.
I really think he has something to do with it. Maybe not that like he talked to the Guardians himself, but maybe like, back in the day, we clearly see in that recording from 2006, Hal Jordan was a much nicer, guy. Like he wasn't this fucking been through it all, just over and done with it guy. Like he was much more normal. He was much more like the Hal Jordan that we kind of all, if you know any,
if you watch DC,
kind of know and love. Yeah. And also the fact that he keeps calling Jon Stewart Jr. is just something
he had
like
to know his dad.
Yeah, it's you don't just call somebody junior if you don't know the senior. You know what I mean? It's just a weird thing to do. So I really think that he knows his dad in some way, and the whole shooting the gun off the apple or shooting the apple off his head with the gun. I think that was a thing, like just training him from a young age to have this willpower and lack of fear. It I don't know. It just makes more sense to me that his dad kind of set him up for this, which I think is cool. And I think it's something that he might have to, it would be a good character thing for him to kind of reconcile with that later in life and be like, okay, my dad put me through all this shit, but he did it for a reason. He did it for something that I now want to do and now understand. And I'd love to see him talk to his dad because his dad's still around. He talks to him on the phone.
Yeah, he talks to him on the phone.
Yeah. So I'd like to see him kind of meet again. I think it'd be a cool scene. Like after he gets, maybe towards the end of the season when he actually has the ring, that'd be cool.
The flying looked pretty good when he's flying into town to like look around. Mm-hmm. They did a good job on however they're doing the faces because there's definitely something that it's not. I don't think it's Kyle Chandler. Yeah, it looks like it's more like wire work almost. But however they did the face looked really good in that sequence, and I'm excited to see more of the flying. I love the scene early on with Hal at the taco stand taking pictures of everyone because it's that world building. It feels lived in. These people are famous to the normal person. And I love when the kid's like, my mom wants to know where the suit is. He's like, I still bring it out for special occasions. And then he gives that great reason on why.
Yeah, he tells the actual like server, he's like, I don't like fucking wearing it. He basically just says that, but it's just perfect.
Which I feel like is also like kind of like a little like bump, like show like haha of like when you talk to all the actors who've done superhero movies, they're like yeah, the suit looks great, but it sucks to wear. Like it's never as fun as you think it is.
Yeah, when Jon Stewart asked him if he should bring it, he's like, I don't know, you teach me how to piss in that thing. Like that's something everybody says is like, yeah, it sucks because you have to take the whole suit off to just use the bathroom.
Yeah, that's what Bales said to Robert Pattinson. He's like, make sure you learn how to pee in it.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think whoever casted this series, Aaron Pierre, I mean, looks the part. He burst on the scene with Rebel Ridge on Netflix. Kyle Chandler is this great actor that we've seen for years at Friday Night Lights. And you can feel, I don't think you've watched Friday Night Lights. I love Friday Night Lights. You can feel his character in this, like play off that same style where he's going to give some great speech about like heroes and all that. But I really feel Hal Stewart coming through. I just combined both their names. Hal Jordan. And I'm really digging the detective aspect of the show when he goes onto the crime scene. And the jokes are there. Like it's not super hokey, but like when he carries the alien through the detector and does it again and then just drops and taps, he's like nice and taps the dead body. Yeah. I'm enjoying it. I don't really have any negatives about the show. I'm liking that we're in that True Detectives fashion. We get in 2026, we know how it's going to end. but now we're just kind of filling in the blanks of what's happened over these last 10 years.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a very interesting way to tell the story.
Do you think John has a ring, or does he have to go find the ring now in 2026?
I think he has to go find it, and
that's what I think. Okay.
I mean, I think Guy Gardner probably has it, because
is that who you think has it?
Well, they do say there can only be one lantern for this sector. There can only be one lantern on Earth, and we know in 2025 Guy Gardner has the ring because he's in Superman with the ring. So, I mean, maybe he doesn't have it now. Maybe Hal Jordan got it back. But we know for at least a little bit, Guy Gardner had that. So maybe we find out how he got it. I don't know.
But I also feel like there's the idea that they talk early on in the episode. They mention something like, wait, you can't train someone from your own sector. And he's like, well, you can now. So maybe you can have two.
Yeah.
I don't think Guy's also – I thought in the comics Guy isn't actually one of Earth's protectors.
Yeah, he might not be. He might just have been there. I don't know. I mean, it's Guy Gardner. He's not really going to play with the rules that hard.
He's a fucking idiot.
Yeah, he's a moron. But it is a thing. The
story's very sad if you don't know what happens, but
yeah. But it is like it's kind of crazy that this does matter, but like the location does matter. Because say Hal Jordan died with the ring on those bleachers, the ring could have just flown to Guy Gardner or somebody else if he was closer. Because it's not like, oh, you know, the ring's power comes from the willpower of the user, which is a very like, you know, mystical kind of psychological thing. But whoever's closer to the ring will just fly to them. That part is pretty rudimentary, which is just kind of just pure luck. Even though it is kind of weird that the ring went to Hal Jordan, who was in Coastal City in California, and just flew him all the way to Nebraska. Like, I guess he was just the only guy on the planet at that point who the ring liked. But
yeah, they believe because they ask him the question, "Are you afraid?" And it needs someone with
no fear.
Yeah, no fear.
Willpower. Yeah.
And if you guys hear it for a quick second, I said it earlier, the speech that the Lanterns give when they're charging the ring. Once they do it, there's going to be a time when one of them has to say it with like a powerful and it's going to hit because it's one of the coolest things in DC is the Lanterns Corps. And just knowing do you remember when Finn Whitlock was supposed to play Hal Jordan in the Lanterns TV show like 5 years ago?
No.
Yeah, there was supposed to be a Lantern show years ago. And he went into costume fitting and everything. And it just never came to be. I think it was DCEU.
Maybe, yeah, because I'm seeing it's just he's supposed to play Guy Gardner.
Oh wow, I didn't remember that.
Yeah, it was planned for April 2021. However, ambitious multi-decade project was eventually scrapped by DC's leadership overhaul.
Thank God, because I really like this cast, and I'm digging the way that they're doing the show. And I know I've said before.
Hold on, this is kind of crazy. It was supposed to start. So he was going to play Guy Gardner. It was supposed to start in the 40s with Alan Scott, and then move to Guy Gardner in the 80s.
Wow,
that would have been crazy ambitious. That would have been
introduce people.
Yeah, with Alan Scott, that would have been kind of crazy, especially that would have been in the Snyderverse.
Yeah, I remember that it was supposed to be Snyderverse.
Yeah, and then James Gunn scrapped it, which
thank
I don't
goodness
really blame him for. But
yeah, yeah, because that didn't feel like it would fit what they're trying to do now.
No. Even though this guy looks like he'd be a good Green Lantern. He looks the part.
Maybe he'll get a part. Maybe he'll get to play someone else in the DC universe.
Yeah, maybe he will. Who knows?
But how do I want to word? This has really boosted my feeling on the DC universe. Like I was not low on it after Supergirl, but just seeing because it was both Superman and Supergirl. That's kind of all we had, and then we had Creatures and Commandos. We had Peacemaker, but it was kind of all in that same style of like how it felt. So I feel like we've been waiting to see this in Clayface to kind of see how are they going to stay true to what their word was of having different directors do different styles. And from the Clayface trailer and these first two episodes, it very much feels like we're going to get that wide thing. And it's making me excited for Batman. I just want to I need some update on Batman.
Yeah, I would love something soon. Definitely. But I do agree with you. This has kind of refueled the DCU hype. Because like you were saying, Creatures and Commandos and then Peacemaker were both James Gunn, and they felt fairly samey, just that the comedic James Gunn style. And then Superman came out, and it wasn't as comedic. It wasn't kind of like that tone, but it was still very, very James Gunn. And then Supergirl comes out, and it wasn't James Gunn, but still felt very James Gunn. But now we have this, which just feels so different and so, it feels disconnected, but in the best way possible, because it's connected, even though it doesn't feel like the same thing. And that's exactly what I kind of wanted from the DCU ever since years ago. They said, yeah, we're going to have PG-13, PG, R, fucking everything is going to come in. We're going to have animated shows, real shows, movies, video games. Which I still don't know how they're going to implement the video games. I'm still like cautiously waiting for that to happen.
I think it would be cool if there's a way you can do it. And if you're going to do the video game, it can't be a main story.
No, you can't. Because majority of people would miss out on it.
Yeah, and video games are huge. I mean, they're the most profitable thing out there. Yeah. It's more that, like, if you're going to do it, it would be cool to have, like, maybe like a Batman, but it's like a different story that they would, like, this would never work as a movie. Let's just do it as a video game. Or something like something like that. I would be very interested to see. But yeah, so we got Clayface after this, and I still am holding on to the idea that Peacemaker is going to show up at the end of Lanterns, and it's going to be John Stewart trying to get him out of...
I forget what world that's called.
Yeah, the world with the dinosaurs and crazy monsters. Mm-hmm. That's still my theory on how they're going to bridge this together. But yeah, I'm so excited for the rest of this season, and I wanted to definitely talk to my dad about it, because I didn't really get to talk too much to him about the show because I didn't watch it. Because I tried to wait to watch the episodes until I watched both of them today, because I wanted to watch them just back to back and feel the episodes out. And I think that was a good way to watch.
I watched them earlier.
Yeah, and as soon as I finished episode 1, I was like, "Get that shit rolling! I need this second." Very plain, very like simple intro, and I'm fine with that. I don't need like a crazy long intro. Game of Thrones, I want a long intro, but for this, I like the simple, just lanterns and get going right into the episode.
Yep, I agree. I got to talk to my dad too, because he watched. I mean, I didn't think he was going to watch this, but he just watched the first episode because it was just on HBO at 9:00, and he just was sitting there watching it, and he really liked it. I doubt he watched episode 2 yet, but I do want to talk to him and see how. I want to see how he feels about it, because I know he's going to have a lot of questions, and it's going to be. There's a lot of stuff I don't know how I'm going to explain to him that like, oh yeah, what's their weakness, the Green Lanterns, and I gotta say,
yellow.
It's the color yellow. It doesn't they can't fight it.
I feel like that was there was a point in that when they show the flower on the ground when he goes to feed the plant. There's a yellow flower just on the ground. So I feel like, and they make it like it's middle of the frame, so they mean to show it. Yeah. So it'll be funny to see how they implement the yellow to it.
It is so great. Their weakness is the color yellow. It's so funny. It's perfect. But it is so cool how they do the different color rings, and like there's a chance. I mean, if you know Manhunters, then there's a chance we see the red rings, the Red Lantern Corps in the season. Definitely a chance. Especially the theory going on right now is that the guy interrogating John Stewart, Atlan, I think his name was. You said it earlier. He's going to be, oh God, what's his name? It starts with an A. The villain. He's the Red Lantern leader, I think.
I wonder if they are Red Lantern. No, because they would have seen a ring or something.
Oh, they might be hiding it.
Oh yeah, I guess they could have hid it. And they don't like the Guardians, so that would make sense. Yeah,
Atrocitus.
Atrocian?
Atrocitus. Yeah.
Atrocitus.
What a fucking killer name. I wonder if that guy's a good guy.
That's like naming a Pitbull cupcake.
Yeah. Atrocitus.
Yeah,
it's possible.
Yeah, and I love
because he has the same origin story. I'm sorry, I keep cutting you off, but he has the same origin story as Atrocitus, where he was Atrocitus. From what I understand in my brief research of watching fucking New Rockstars and everybody else on YouTube who's smarter than I am, he was one of the people, the Manhunters got turned off, and then they figured out a way to turn back on. So they went to a planet and just annihilated the entire planet except for like 5 people, and then Atrocitus discovered red rings are rage, I think, right? Pretty sure
it is rage.
Yeah, he discovered that like that's the whole power, so he created the whole thing and just murdered the other 4 people that survived, and then he's just the big bad for the Red Lantern Corps, I believe. So, I mean, if they not only do Manhunters, but also somebody like that who's just a fucking hulking red alien creature with crazy superpowers in the first season of this show, that would be incredible.
And also, I need to apologize. I just wanted to fact check myself. I just associated Manhunters to Martian Manhunter, not the same thing. So, to all those fans out there, my bad. That's on me. I made a mistake.
I didn't make that mistake. I nailed that one. Yeah, Martian Manhunter's different.
Yeah, Manhunters, which is robotic things.
Yeah, Martian Manhunter. The term it's crazy they never changed his name because Manhunter, the Martian Manhunter is called Martian Manhunter because that was like a different term for detective back in the day.
Yeah, detective who they track down fugitives.
Yeah, so that I'm amazed. Like as language developed and that term fell off the face of the earth, I'm amazed they just never changed the name.
Yeah, but
because it is very confusing. It is a cool name, very cool name. But when you read that name, you're like, that guy's a good guy. Like, there's no way.
I love Martian Manhunter.
You're telling me that guy is the goodest guy in the universe?
Like the That's kindest crazy. Human being. I need to see him celebrate Christmas with Superman. That's like it's huge genuinely need.
Yeah, like in terms of the goodest guys in DC, it's Superman and then Martian Manhunter, and you're like, really? Seriously?
And he has a good reason to like his
yeah, the green Martians and then the white Martians are fucking assholes.
No, his
or am I thinking
weakness. Sorry, I couldn't think of his weakness. The weakness is fire, which is a very terrifying weakness.
Yeah. Am I thinking of the right? That's DC, where it's the green Martians are the shapeshifters, which Martian Manhunter is, and that Martian Manhunter is, and it's the white Martians that like wipe them out, right?
Let me check.
Am I thinking of the right thing? I might be thinking of some other universe.
White Martians.
Heidi, keep in us typing the entire time.
Yeah. White Martians are a warlock, aggressive, extraterrestrial race. Oh, they're the arch nemesis of Martian Manhunter. Yes.
All right, nailed it. Yep, I know what I'm talking about, baby. Come on now. I got my Victor Cruz jersey on. You can't stop me.
Yeah, they both have a severe, crippling psychological and physical weakness to fire. It takes away their powers and causes extreme panic.
Mm-hmm. Ooh, white Martians possess vast physical strength that rivals Kryptonians. Ooh.
Yeah, white Martians are cool. I think they're in Justice League Unlimited at one point.
Scary. Might be. I might have to start watching the Justice League animated series.
Dude,
I know I just said I would start. I just said like 2 weeks ago I was going to start X-Men 97. Still haven't done that.
Everyone. Do you want to hear Ryan answer a question I brought up? Ryan, did you watch Undertones?
Oh, no. I'm going to watch it tonight. I'm watching it tonight. Because every night that I was going to watch it, you were like, hop on MLB. And I was like, all right, that sounds more fun.
Actually, Puff was asking us to play MLB.
Puff was. And I can't say no to Puff.
Yeah.
I'm not saying no to Puff. Especially if I told Puff no because I'm going to go watch a movie, he'd be like, what are you, fucking pussy? Like, fuck's wrong with you?
And we're going to have plenty of time to play MLB with Puff this week when you guys come down.
Yes. MLB 10, baby.
Dude, I'm so excited.
Nice.
I'm so excited to just play the old Madden, which was so much better. All the games have such better like presentation.
So much better.
I should try and get a basketball game for Puff.
Yeah. Well, I can bring down, I think I have 2K13, I think I have.
Yeah, you have a great
one. LeBron's on the cover, I think.
Yeah, no, definitely bring that one down. But Ryan, is there anything else you want to add before we get into fan questions?
No, I think we're pretty good. I mean, just pumped up show. I got to stop doing that it's every single episode. I say, no, I don't have anything to add, and then talk for like 2 more minutes. But the show's great so far. First 2 episodes were bangers, and I think the mystery is very, very, it's been set up so well that I really can't. I'm so excited to keep watching this show because I was thinking maybe, the True Detective style mystery wouldn't be super strong, but the Green Lantern stuff would be cool enough to where it's still a pretty decent show was like my hope. But now that both of them are good, I'm like, dude, fucking hell yeah. This is awesome.
We got something swinging for us.
Yeah, like it's really living up to the hype. It's only the first 2 episodes, obviously, but it's living up to the hype so far, for sure. But I will say, I'm pissed off with the suit. Because you got to the mask.
I like the
understand
suit.
He's just not wearing the mask. I like the suit. Just give me the white gloves. It looks so. It just adds that little extra touch.
I think Jon Stewart will have a more updated suit.
I agree. I think so too. But I'm curious why they decided to go with an actual suit rather than the ring making the suit.
I like the real suit more.
I mean, I love that they're doing a practical suit. I think it's
I
awesome
think that's
that
why
we don't have to do a CGI
it
suit.
could look a little weird.
Yeah, I totally agree. But it is kind of weird that like Green Lantern has to go suit up now instead of just using the ring for the suit.
Well, who knows? We might. Whatever. Jon Stewart might have that.
Jon Stewart probably will, because Jon Stewart's powerful as shit with that ring. He made a bird like first try.
And
you can't make a living thing. Yeah,
great detail to keep the bird throughout the episode.
Yeah, and I love how everybody who knows the Lantern Corps is like,
wow,
holy shit, you made that. Like Hal Jordan is wildly impressed, and then Anland or whatever, keep forgetting that name, Atlan. Yeah. He's like, that's an incredible construct. That's why, like, everybody who knows anything about your lanterns is like, how the fuck did you make a bird? That's awesome.
Yeah, I'm all in. They got me wrapped around their finger for the rest of the season.
Making living things is a very, very advanced thing for a lantern to do,
and just keep it without the ring.
Oh yeah, wild.
But let's go. Let's hop in some fan questions, and then we'll do recommendation of the week and get on out of here. First one. Right. This has to do with our golf video. This is from Alex. What do we believe will be the over par for the group?
Oh,
let me write this down too, so I can answer. So I can.
Listen. My best round is a 94. So I forget what Paxton's par is, but if we're saying par, generally par is like 72.
72 normally.
Yeah, my best round is what's that? 22 over. And I'm pretty pumped on that.
Yeah, 22.
I hit an albatross. Yeah, I shot 22 over with an albatross or eagle if you want to be an asshole, but I hit an albatross. So if I shoot 25 over, I'll be happy because my finger's still going to be hurting.
Yeah, and this is a very very difficult course for me and for us. This is way above the courses that we normally play at, which could help us at certain times, but also really hurt us at certain times.
We're also doing a scramble though. So
yeah, I'm going to say we shoot 72. My best is 84. But again, I shot an 84, and that was the most lights out I've ever shot. And Ryan was there. It was the best I'll ever play in my life, I believe. I'm going to say we shoot 91 as a team.
Okay.
Because that gives us room for mistakes, but it also pretty good.
It's pretty good. I'd be happy shooting 91.
So what are you going to go with for the team?
For the team, yeah, I kind of forgot we were doing a scramble. You know what, dude? As a scramble, 87.
87.
We're breaking 90.
We're
breaking 90.
Well, Alex, I have that written down. We'll update you, and I'll make sure to put that in the video. So when you guys watch the video, Heidi, that would be great if we can make sure to keep that in there. Our projection. I think we should also do like what we did for the baseball video, like a quick interview with each person, and be like, "What do you think the score is going to be?" But moving on to Lanterns questions. First one is from Tyler. If Lanterns became a major hit, what other DC character stories would you want to see put into a television series?
What other DC characters?
If we're doing a TV show, Constantine.
Yeah. Oh, dude, I'd love it. I mean, Keanu Reeves is great, and I hope they still make that movie, but I would love a new, younger, actually British Constantine.
Yeah. I'm very much down for Constantine.
Yeah, but I love Green Arrow. Green Arrow is sick. I would love to see the whole origin story with Green Arrow, him on the island and getting back.
You should watch. You should read his absolute. You know how there's absolute Batman?
Oh, do they do an absolute Arrow?
There's an absolute Green Arrow.
Oh,
best absolute.
I thought it was
series.
just Superman, Batman, and Wonder Woman.
No, and Green Arrow is my favorite. Bjorn Barons does the cover art for most of them. Hot sells.
Okay.
Love those books. Next one's from Chris. Do you think the darker detective tone is the right direction to take Lanterns?
Yeah, I think so. I do think. I think this show could have worked with like a little bit happier PG-13. I think it would have worked fine. But if you want to go with that like detective, more intense kind of show, I think this is working super, super well right now.
Yeah, I agree. I think the tone is what the DC kind of needed right now. So I'm very much on the side with it.
Especially with Jon Stewart.
Sorry.
Because Jon Stewart's a much more serious Lantern. Like Hal Jordan is the jokey one. You know what I mean? Jon Stewart is much more serious. So I think this is working very well, especially since they're going to be pushing. He's going to be, with Hal Jordan dead, Jon Stewart's going to be the main Green Lantern. I think this show works very, very well for that.
Agreed. We got Megan. She asks, which Green Lantern character are you most excited to explore in the series and why? I mean, Jon Stewart. It's one of my favorite DC characters.
Yeah. Jon Stewart's obviously the most interesting character to watch, but I cannot wait for Guy Gardner to show up. I'm so excited.
He said everything Nathan Fillion said. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I'm so excited.
I wonder how soon we'll see him. And last fan question of the episode is from Jake. Do you think Lanterns can successfully stand on its own as a Green Lantern story, or will it have to rely too much on the DC universe itself? I think it's going to be able to stand on its own after these first 2 episodes.
100%. I don't know if they mention any other hero. Besides, I mean, maybe they'll make like a passing mention of some, but you got to remember, Superman doesn't exist yet. This is 2016.
In the future one, he does, but...
Yeah. In 2026 he does, but Superman. I mean, movie came out in 25, and they said he's been around for 3 years. So that's 2022. Superman first shows up. So
he hasn't been around.
Yeah, Batman's probably kicking, but other than that, the Justice Society might be going around. But yeah, I don't know what other superheroes are out there right now.
Yeah, I think maybe Batman and like Wonder Woman might. I would assume Wonder Woman's around. But yeah, I'm very happy that they're going to keep it contained.
Yeah, maybe. I mean, Wonder Woman's definitely alive, but I wonder if she's still on Themyscira. I wonder if she hasn't come over yet to the rest of the world. I don't know.
We'll see.
Universe.
Those were all the fan questions. If you guys have fan questions you want us to ever do on the episode, you can DM the podcast, the popcorn_podcast. Or you can comment them on the episode, but most of the time we post an episode, like a request for you guys to send in questions. So thank you to everyone who sent in questions for this episode. Sorry we didn't pick yours if yours wasn't selected. But before we get out of here, Ryan, what is your recommendation of the week to everyone?
I'm recommending Tires Season 3.
I didn't even know that came out.
3. Dude, it's actually been great. It has been very, very good. Because me and you both agreed. Season 1 is only funny if you like those comedians, if you like Shane Gillis, Chris O'Connor, Tommy, like all those guys. If you like them, you'll find the show funny. Season 2 was actually good. Season 3 has been great. Like genuinely very funny, very heartfelt at times. The story has been great all through. I think I have like 2 episodes left, maybe 1 episode, but it's been very good.
I'm going to stick with the DC. I'm going to take up Justice League Unlimited. We talked about it. If you want to see a great version of Jon Stewart and Martian Manhunter, definitely go check it out. Only downside is that Batman has like 2-foot-long ears in that one. It's a little weird. But besides that, it's pretty great. I don't think I have any of the action figures from that one. No, I don't. But, yeah, it's a very good series. I think it's on HBO Max. So definitely go check that out. But, yeah, that is everything we have for you guys for this week. We will be back next week to probably talk. I mean, if we're doing it next week, then we have to do it in person because you'll be here when we record. We have to record.
We're leaving Monday, aren't we?
Yeah. Well, I'm assuming you don't want to do it Monday night.
Probably not.
That's what I'm saying.
Maybe I'll bring the stuff down.
Yeah, we could do it like Sunday.
Yeah.
But yeah, thank you guys so much for tuning into another episode. As I said, we'll be back next week. I don't know what we're going to review yet. It'll probably be Insidious, which I think will be a fun one to review. Change it up a little bit, and then we'll be back the following week to do episodes 3 and 4 of Lanterns. The golf episode should come out in that area of Lanterns to the following week. I'm going to assume it will be in that time. But so yeah, we have a cool little live golf video if you guys didn't know coming out. It's going to be a very simple video. It's not going to be like crazy over the top editing or anything. It's going to be kind of just fun with the boys. Voodoo Ranger was nice enough to give us some drinks for the video, some great gear to wear. And yeah, so that's everything we have coming up in the future for y'all. And we should have an episode with a guest coming up in about a month. But you know who the guest is. We'll talk about more off the video. Or he doesn't remember. We will see you guys in the next episode.
Tell me?
Thank you guys so much.